finishing touches-ish on these sunshine yellow journals that I'm making. I'm hoping that this kind of look is going to be popular for Mother's Day. I made this sunflower and these little buzzy bees. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And then this is a sunflower and bees. This one is a little honeycomb dealy. And then this is just the plain yellow, but it has a lace spine. And I have those papers back there that I still need to collate and decorate. And I'm putting that off because that's not that fun. So instead of doing that, I'm going to go through my other ephemera and stuff and find some nice things to go with the sunshine yellow of it. And before I do that, just so I can get this out of the way and off of the table, I'm going to choose the thread that I'm going to use for the binding. So here's all my wax thread. I have it all in this one bin. So I've been working on cleaning up my craft room, and I've been kind of having a little bit of a hard time with it. It's taking longer because I keep on having to stop to do crafts, and then everything gets kind of pushed around a little bit, and like, for instance, and then I don't know where anything is for some things. So for instance, right now I don't know where like my flower stickers are. I found some, but I didn't want to use them in this. So I think these just might not have any flowers. They'll be more of like a more plainer paper, like ready to be decorated kind of paper. And then I have some stamps, and I think it'll be stamp heavy because I have these nice sunflower stamps here, and I have some bee stamps, bee and honey. So bee and honey stamps here. So I'll probably not be doing that on this live, but maybe I'll be doing some stamping. Maybe I'll do one stamp at the end. So this looks really good. And sometimes I like the binding to blend really nicely, and that's like a perfect match. So I'm going to keep that one. And then I'm just going to check like some other browns to see if it looks nice. Hi! Thank you for coming, and thanks for watching. So I'm choosing my threads, my binding threads. So I think a brown might look nice. That one might look nice. It kind of looks honey-ish. But I think I'll probably just stick with this one to make it easier on myself. And yeah, I don't think I want to go like really dark. Although that might look a little nice. Alright, I'll take those out, but then I will put the rest back so I don't have as much stuff. Or actually, maybe I'll use this brown. No, this brown's better. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside. And we're not binding quite yet, so I'm just gonna put this on top like that, and I'm gonna put this back on the shelf. But now I don't have to choose that anymore. The craft fair is on Saturday, and so I don't have a lot of time. But before I get to binding the pages in, I want to show I want to show what I have. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. So I have some more paper. I can make these into other pages, or I can make them into folders. I did not get this paper out before I did my big cutting of everything. Whoops. Sorry. So there's some nice yellow paper there, and I think there's another yellow that I really like in here. I'm gonna have to get more paper soon. I saw a really, really nice fairy cardstock that I'm gonna want to get. But I don't know. I use like the thinner paper, like just the regular paper like this, a lot more than the actual cardstock, because I do use cardstock for like folders and stuff and for my covers, but I use like the plain pages a lot more, like thinner. Yeah, cardstock be beefy. I wish they had like exactly that, but just in 12 by 12 like paper that's kind of like a little bit thicker than printer paper. I don't have, like, I've gotten rid of all the covers of all of my paper pads, so I don't really know how thick this paper is. But I think I would love it if I could be able to, if I were able to make that for myself. So now I have some 6 by 8 paper pads that I'm flipping through. So let's see, I just looked through this Park Lane Mariposa, but I only have like 4 pages left in that. Yeah, 40 pound, that seems right. This one's nice. This one could work. It's not yellow, but I don't know. It seems kind of honeycomby to me. So I'll grab that one. This one is from Bo Bunny. It is called Family Heirlooms Collection. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything in here, but I will flip through it so you can see. Those cameras are cool. Like, this is a cool one, but I don't think it's for this project. Oh, I actually really love this one. I really like the dress forms and the scissors, like the vintagey scissors. So I will think about using this in another one. This is Park Lane Sweet Melody. So I was wondering this morning, like, is Park Lane Joann's exclusive? Probably not. And is Joann, or is another company, another storefront going to pick Park Lane up? Because I love Park Lane's paper, but where do they sell if Joann's is gone? This one's great too, but I know exactly what I want to use this for. there's a good yellow I'm going to take. Like, this kind of works with the whole vibe of what I'm doing, but I want to keep these for my summertime ones. Alright, this one is from Crate Paper. I don't know if it's called Marigold. Ooh, I really hope I still have that bee. That bee paper, because that would work perfect for these. I love that deer. I need to make a deer one too. Like, that's the problem with these papers is, like, it makes you, instead of, like, solving problems, it makes you think of more and more and more problems. Those ducks are really cute, but I don't know if that goes with the sunflower and bee theme that I have. Like, I love the color of it. Uh-oh. I didn't see the bee. Oh no, I think I might have used it already. But here's a really nice yellow, so let me get that out. Ooh, I found a bee. Perfect. Oops. I pulled the back off. Let me flip through and see if I missed the bee. I think I'm going to take this one too. This one and this one, I think both kind of fit my... Like, I'm going for, like, more tans and browns. Okay, yeah, so I would love to purchase directly from Park Lane, if that is possible. Oh, there's another chance for bees. This is also Park Lane, Farmhouse Fresh. Ooh, I think I'm gonna get this one. This one, perfect. Brown flowers. I like these, but I want to keep... I don't want to put roses in this one for some reason. Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers for bees. This one's good. Maybe I made a bee one already. That's why I don't have the bees. No bees. Oh no. What did I make? You know what I probably did? Oh my gosh. I probably pulled the bees out and they're like in a pile somewhere because I'm so disorganized. I'm gonna have to look through. Alright, so that is definitely a good haul already. A bunch of nice yellow paper and some really pretty cardstock. I'll do a nice flip here for you. Right. Then I got some yellow not craft paper, handmade paper. So I made these, and I have, when you make handmade paper, there's some that are going to be a little bit misshapen as they dry, or the edges are going to get messed up, or they'll be a little bit thicker than ideal or thinner. So I take those and put those aside, and then I use them as journaling card or like just little ephemera inserts that you can put into your journals. You can fold it like this, or you can just put it in just like this. And let's see, almost done. I'm almost through going through all my stuff. And so, like, I don't know if I said this at the beginning. I think I did. I don't have I don't know where my stickers are. So this is a stickerless ephemera journal pack. So I'm going to flip through the smaller one first so I don't get overwhelmed. I love these things. They're like little vellum sheets that are like 2x3. Like 1 3/4 by 2. And like it's just a little vellum sheet. And then it just has a bunch of like photos, I think. I don't think any of these are drawings. Okay, none of these are catching my eye. Well, let's look through the next one. I just have 2 of them. Okay, this one looks more promising. This one has like a lot of paper. Yeah, so this one has more illustrations and paper. And like, when I say paper, like music paper or paper that's been written on and just like reprinted onto this vellum. So let's see if there's any good yellowy ones. Especially if there's any sunflowers, but I don't think I see any sunflowers. So there are a couple that are really nice yellow, but they just have like printed words on them. I think I am going to take them because it does catch my eye when I flip past them. Take this one. So I have 5 journals that I'm trying to fill. So I'm trying to keep everything to multiples of 5, but that doesn't always work out. And that is okay. Alright, that was pretty good. And the next thing I have is paint chips. Those are always a good thing to add in. It's really easy. So let's see if I have anything honey or flower, sunflower, or bee. So I'm going to go through the yellows first. Well, I have like some pinks. There might be some in these oranges that might be like honey-ish. Let's see, that's Coral Serenade. Warm Welcome. Coral Silk. Copper River Orange Poppy. Alright, now we're getting to the good stuff. Zing? I'll take Zing. That's kind of buzzy sounding. Let's see. Chunk of Cheddar. Nope. Fall Gold. Oh, Honeybee. You win. Let's see. Silk Sail, Sawdust, Spice Butternut, Rise and Shine. I will take Rise and Shine. And this is honestly how I go through all my things when I decide. I go very much off of vibes. This one says Be Darling, so I'm going to take that one. Let's see. Nope. And then it starts to be green, so I'm going to switch over to the neutrals. Yeah, I don't want cheddar. I want honey. Alright, Namaste, Sanctuary, Easy, Karma, Gristmill, Bronze Statue, and Hip Waiters. None of those sound right. Pearls and Lace, Moroccan Moonlight, Bermuda Sand, Notorious, Peppered Pecan, Caramelized Walnut, and Little Bear. Nah. Sugar Soap, Onion Powder, Sourdough, Happy Trails, Coffee Kiss, Cocoa Pecan, Maple Syrup. Nah. Horseradish, Brandied Pears, Almond Cream, Ponytail, Earth Ochre, Coffee with Cream, Cocoa Cupcake. Nah. Mother of Pearl, Adobe White, Baked Bread, Sailor's Knot, Sweet Sparrow, Twisted Tail, Paddle Wheel. Nah. Fuzzy Unicorn, Ash, Gotta Have It, Cup of Coffee, Locomotion, Warrior, Ground Coffee. Nah. China White, Sugar Cookie, Stylish, Rock Cliffs, Bear Hug, Leather Loafers, Lemur. Yeah, none of these are calling out to me. And then we get to greens again. And blues. And purples. This one I already read. Okay. Splash of Honey. Found one. Honey Haven. Found another. Okay, this one I already read. These are green. Oh, I have a bunch of the ones that say Splash of Honey. I am going to grab them all. Let's see. And that's it. Everything else is like tweed. I think China White is a slang. What? For like crack? So let's see what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of them say Splash of Honey, so that's great. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other ones. Perfect. All right, and that's all the things that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of stamping so y'all can see. So I have this stamp pad here, Brilliance, Crimson, Copper. So this is like a, I mean, I might as well stamp it for you. So this is kind of like a copperish, reddy brown. Then I have, just give me a second to find my other ones. And this is a really pretty, like, lighter brown. And then this potter's clay, that'll be a good one. Whatever this is, I think it's like, actually I'm not sure what that is. Like amber or something. Then my VersaFines and sepia and black. Tangelo. And then just some random browns that I have. So I'll use those. Alright, so the back of these, I always like to look and see if the back of them have like a bunch of writing or if you're able to write something a little bit. So there is kind of a bunch of writing here, so I can put a stamp right there and that might mask that a little bit. I also like putting just a black stamp right on the front, so I'm going to get my black stamp pad. So just give me a moment. Alright, I want to show you what it looks like with the black here. I should be good and get an actual stamping block. Alright, so I really like this honeycomb. I also like this honey jar a lot. So I think I should be able to put them both on the stamping pad. Yep, they fit pretty good. I can probably also fit a bee, but I don't want to push it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to, since this is the very first time I'm using them, I'm gonna do some testers, because sometimes the stamping doesn't come out great the first couple of times and you need to kind of prime it, just like a chalkboard. So you see how this section didn't come out. Sometimes it just needs a couple of goes before. But it does also help to put your paper on top of your stamp instead of your stamp on your paper. Let's see if that helps it. Ah, much better. But I did get a little over, so I'll be more careful next time. I actually got it all over my arm too. But yeah, these stamps are awesome. So let me get the one that says Splash of Honey. And this is the best ink. This is the VersaFine in black. I think it's just called black. It's by Sukaneko, who also makes these too. But this is the smaller one. And this was the only one that was available to me for a while. So I got the smaller one, and I used it so much it's all like messed up in there. But then I finally got the bigger one, and I'm really happy with it. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'll do it a little bit higher. No, I'm going to do it lower. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that was my mistake. I shifted it a little bit. It's still pretty good, even though it got shifted. But the great part about this stamp is how delicate it is, and I kind of messed that up. But the reason why I put it down here lower is because writing will be a lot easier if you have a dark pen on these lighter colors. So that's what I did there. So let me try that again without shifting it. Let's see if I do better. And I won't push down so hard on the ink also. There we go. I put it on the wrong side. I think I want to switch the honey to the other side of the stamp block. This always happens, like, I don't mess up this much on regular drafting days, but like whenever I try to do it on live, I mess up so much. Okay, here we go. This is going to be the right one. Okay. So that went pretty well, except for the bottom didn't catch, but I am okay with that. 2 more. Okay, so I missed a couple of spots on that one, but that was probably just from the inking. I'm actually going to try to ink with my older black and see how that does. Okay. All right. So I missed some parts again, but I really like how it looks. Like, this is what I want. I feel like because this bigger VersaFine is so juicy, I just opened it. And, well, I didn't just open it, but but it's only been used once. And so this was like a little bit too juicy, but I tried it with the one that's not so juicy and it looks a lot better, but it missed some spots. So I just need to be a little bit more careful. But I really like this kind of look. And then if I want I might round the edges of these, but I haven't decided yet. So I'm just going to let these kind of dry, and then I'm going to switch to the next ones. But yeah, I really like how that looks just on the regular paper. So I might throw that in too. Alright, let's do some different colors. Now I'll just put a bee with a sunflower on it, and then I'll put another bee. And then I'm going to stamp on the back and see how that looks, because I actually don't know what that's going to be like. But I will get this orange, which is called Tangelo or Tangelo. That looks great. I'm going to try a different color though. Because I have this really nice, I can't remember what it's called. Like amber or something. Oh, it's like completely dry. Oh. And I don't want to get my re-inker out. It's this one, Dried Marigold. So I'm going to ink this up a little bit and see if I'm able to try it out here. But then we're coming up on 40 minutes, so I'll probably just say goodbye after we try this stamp. Okay. Alright, that came out okay, so I'm gonna try it on here. Then I think on the front of these I might want to do like a big sunflower. But before I leave, I just want to do a stamp on some of my more textury paper so you can see what that looks like, because I like how that comes out. So yeah, let me do. This is just too juicy, so I'm going to like get a little bit of it up on this little one. I'm going to do the bees first to make them nice and sharp. So because the paper is textured, it's going to give another kind of look. A different kind of look to the stamping. I'm going to do one more of those. See if I can find a different color. Okay, this one will be good. Sometimes I take the stamp pad and I close it, and then I kind of use it to push it down. But sometimes that can shift it too. So just be careful if you do that. So you see how, depending on how textured the paper is, it comes out looking completely different. Can you see that? So here's the one that's like really textured, and here's the one that's like a little bit smoother. So I like how that has like differentiation. And whoops. Yeah, so I think that's all the stamping I want to do on camera right now. So, but that was fun. We picked out some things that I'm going to use for these journals. Again, these are the journal covers that I have. Sunflower with the embroidery floss, like middle part with all the seeds. The stamped sunflower and bees. The honeycomb. And the buzzy bees. And then also there's the lace on yellow, which is underneath all of the stamps, so I don't want to move that now. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.